Right, guys, welcome to another episode of Holt End Talks. A bit of a switch up tonight. I am hosting for once, so we'll be able to hear a bit more from Scotty tonight. Joined by obviously Scott and Aaron. You right, guys?
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate. You all right?
All good, all good. We are doing tonight a ranking the top 20 Premier League goalkeepers. We're going to go one from each team, just something different during the international break. Obviously, you know, with all the football kind of come to a halt, club football, we thought we'd switch up a bit. So yeah, we're gonna start from 20th and then work our way to number one. Did you boys want to go through one of your whole lists first, or do each other's 20 and each other's 19? Don't know what one
Each other's
was.
20, each other's 19.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Okay, all right. Who wants to go first?
Scott can go first.
Oh, precious Scotty.
And top to bottom or bottom to top?
You're going from 20th to first.
All right. I have put 20th Areola from West Ham. I just feel like he's never really been a proper number one. He kind of flipped with Fabian a bit last year and is obviously number one this year, but yeah, not the best for me.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that one because I think this year they started with the kiddie they signed from from Leicester, but yeah, Areola's. I think he was part of that World Cup squad, but I don't think he even made an appearance throughout the whole entire competition. The one
No.
that France won. Yeah, I've never been a biggest lover of him. Azzy.
Exactly the same. Same as Scott. Areola.
Okay. Okay. Scotty, number 19.
I've put Jose Sarr from Wolves, and I'm kind of in the similar bracket where he's kind of, when he first was there, was number one, and then was out of the team for a bit when it was Sam Johnston, and I think even David Bentley when he was number one for a bit for Wolves, and yeah, I just kind of feel like he's probably slightly on the decline now.
I got Jose Sarr's 19 as well.
Yeah, again, I kind of agree with your point. I feel like a couple of years ago, like I said, when he first came in, because wasn't he one of the Nuno signings when they had that
Yeah.
massive influx of Portuguese players.
He
I remember
started off really well, but yeah,
yeah,
last couple of seasons,
yeah,
he's been replaced now, isn't he, by Sam Johnson.
yeah. No, I can see. I was making up like a rough thing. I didn't have time to complete it, but I had both of these guys at the bottom as well, so we're all kind of matching at the minute. Azzy, I'll come to you. I'll come to you for what's that?
I said I think it helps because they're not, like you said, they probably have other options that are fluctuating between being number one and the backup.
Yeah. Azzy, I'll come to you for number 18.
So I've gone, but this is purely because I haven't really seen him much, and in the game I have seen him, he weren't very great. But I've gone Petrovic from Bournemouth.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that because I was going to have him low, and then I did actually move him. I've actually got Sanchez.
Okay, all right. So I mean, I'm not the greatest lover of Sanchez. I didn't think it'd be this low, but
No, me either.
right.
I just think I've seen him a lot, and the geezer I work with is a massive Chelsea fan, and he's always saying we need to upgrade on the goalkeeper. And I just, he's quite flappy. He's not that good with his feet, and
He's a very good shot stopper. I'll give him that.
sometimes.
I feel like I don't know about the mate you work with, but any Chelsea fan I've spoken to, and even the ones you see on social media, he's kind of living off that the Club World Cup performance against PSG. Basically turned into it's unreal, really. And he's kind of been living off that. He has had good moments this season, but yeah, I mean, if anywhere you could improve on that Chelsea side, yeah, definitely be goalkeeper.
That's why I've put him that low.
Yeah. Okay, no, fair enough, fair enough. The Petrovic one as well. Again, I can see it. I mean, again, I probably wouldn't have him 18th, but I can see it because even when he was playing for Chelsea, I remember his first couple of appearances, he weren't
He
too
wasn't very
bad.
great at all.
But then I find the worrying thing with him is his distribution. He makes, like, whenever he gets on the ball, that's that's the worrying thing for me. I don't feel like he's that commanding either of his area. And obviously in today's world, you need to basically be that sweeper keeper, especially if you want to succeed at a club like Chelsea. So yeah, Scotty, I'll go to you for 17.
I've gone Perry from Leeds. I've seen him a couple of times. He looks like he's a bit like the monk from bloody Mean Machine. But the other keepers that are ahead of him, I've just seen more of. So on that basis, I'm putting him 17th.
He's quite high in mine.
I wasn't sure what the actual reason was, but Carl Darlow has played a few games as well. Not the last.
He was
couple,
injured, wasn't he?
Was that the reason?
Perry's injured for a couple of games.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. And yeah, because I remember watching Leeds games and I kept seeing Carl Darlow in goal, and I thought, Jesus, like this guy can't be. But obviously, if he's injured, he's injured.
The size for Perry isn't massive in the Premier League.
What's that?
Sample size for Perry.
Oh, yeah. As he's 17.
I went to Dubravka only because backup for Newcastle for the last few years. Obviously, number one at Burnley this season, but getting on a bit now as well. Shot stopping, I don't think he's too bad, but I'll put him down there.
I think Dubravka. I think it might have been I think there was their first home game at Turf Moor. I think he made a mistake, but overall, I've actually thought he's played all right this season. Bearing in mind they've been under it for a lot of the season, I thought he has performed quite well for the amount of shots he's faced. But again, he's not going to be. I can't imagine on Scotty's list he's not going to be too far away from 17. So I can see that one. As 16.
So Scott's probably got this keeper a lot higher, but this is, for some reason, I really dislike this goalkeeper. So I've gone Nick Pope. I don't know why, I just don't like him as a goalkeeper. He's very flappy, his distribution's not great. He's good at shot stopping, but if he was in goal for Villa, I would, for some reason, he don't look like a keeper either. He's just very scrawny. Do you know what I mean? I don't know why. I just don't like him. That's my personal preference, but obviously Scott might have him a bit higher. But
yeah, no, I get that as well. The big thing with Pope is that what you were saying with was it Jose Sarr regarding the shot stopping? I think you were saying is I feel like with Nick Pope,
he uses his feet all the time as well. It's just weird.
But it's the distribution. He's awful with the ball at his feet, and he's probably the worst goalie in the whole league. With distribution.
I don't know how Ramsdale don't start ahead of him for Newcastle, but I don't know what Newcastle fans think of that if they are watching, to leave a comment, but that's just my personal preference.
Scotty?
I've got Petrovic, and I'm basing it pretty much solely on last weekend's game because I thought he was very flappy. The games that I'd seen him before, thought it looked okay, but again, I think in terms of goalkeepers on the list, and who I've seen it with my own eyes, I'm going to put him 16th. I thought it was pretty poor the other day.
Yeah, I think it was that Buendia free kick. Obviously, we're all going bag shit crazy in the stands. We're thinking, oh, what a goal this is. But when you do look back on it, if that's against us, you're saying Emmy's got to get over to it.
100%.
Yeah. So I think that's Petrovic 18th for Az and 16th for Scotty. Scotty number 15.
It might be a bit harsh, but I've actually on Kelleher from Brentford.
Oh
my
no,
God.
no! You've had an absolute Western super there.
This because
Jesus.
Again, his sample size as a number one isn't very, and I think as you go see my list, he was good as a Liverpool backup, but it's easy being a Liverpool backup. And Brentford, time will tell over the course of the season. So I'm sticking with him 15th.
Okay, fair enough. Has he?
I've got another controversial one, maybe, but I've gone just from when I've seen him, and I know a couple of Tottenham fans who don't like him, Vicario.
Yeah, I fully can get on board with him. He's fucking awful.
From what I've seen of him when Villa played him, he's just if you're playing centre back or in the defence, you wouldn't feel comfortable with him. I wouldn't anyway. Just the way he is and stuff like that. He's very fist punchy as well, rather than catching him, which I don't like with keepers. So yeah, he's down in 15th, 15th for me.
These fist punchy goalkeepers are fucking.
It's all the time though, isn't it? He doesn't like to catch the ball.
And he always plays a victim card as well. He appeals every single goal that goes in. Like even the Buendia one, he was appealing for Rodgers in the. He'll appeal for everything. And I know a few Spurs fans, and the season we finished fourth, they finished fifth. He was actually really good, and it was last season. I get that they were playing in an exposed system, but last season and this season, he has the odd game where he's good, but he's just so inconsistent. And more often than not, I really don't rate him whatsoever. I think they need to upgrade on him and upgrade on him quick. Personally,
I think you're definitely agreeing on my list so far, aren't you, Joe?
It's the Kelleher one for 15. Like, I can't get on board with that one. But
listen, obviously you two must think that Keller has played 150 times in the league. You know, the team that won the bloody title last year.
I haven't got him much higher, but not as low as that.
Okay, all right. Azzy, I think I went Scott last time, so Azzy will go you.
So I've gone Lamens, is it, for United? Only because I haven't really seen him much. He's quite young still, and obviously I haven't watched many Man United games this season, so just on the pure basis, I don't know much about him. I've put him like towards the bottom, but not right at the bottom.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I can get on board with this. I might be wrong in saying this, but I don't think he's lost a game that he started. I want to say that he started. I'm pretty sure. A Prem game. I don't think. From what I see from United fans, they love him already, and obviously you have the whole thing about the young side of it and that. But whether he comes good or not, I don't know. But I feel like we have a trend here. We said with Petrovic, Jose Sarr, even the reputation of Areola, Vicario, and it could be the same case with United's new goalie Lamens as well. It's like they have one. The first season seems to be, quite good. Even Sanchez at Brighton, do you know what I mean? But then, for whatever reason, after that first season, everyone's kind of turns to shit. Maybe I don't know, but there's a running theme so far with the goalies that we've got here. It always seems to be a lot of them that they've had one, kind of good season at the start when they first came in, and then they just fall off for whatever reason. Scotty, 14.
I've got Lamens as well.
Okay, you both got a match there.
Got games, but he's actually looked okay for United so far. So I couldn't put him in the top half because I think the other goalkeepers have played a lot more games in the league, but so far it looks okay.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Has your mate Daniel said anything about him? Because obviously he's a United fan, isn't he?
No, I'm not
a couple of times
about him, but from what I've seen, he looks pretty assured. And like you said, his record at the moment is pretty good. Whether that coincides with him being in goal, but let's be honest, anything would have been an upgrade on Onana. So
yeah, that Onana is very punchy, isn't he?
Punchy goalkeeper, isn't he?
Scotty, 13th.
I've actually got Pope now, 13th.
Okay.
Similar to what Aaron touched on earlier, I think he's an okay shot, but he can't kick it. He can't play with his feet. He's quite an awkward goalkeeper. And yeah, I just think one of Newcastle's big issues is, they don't tend to play out from the back, but if they did, that would be a big issue for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, no, so I won't touch on it too much because we already spoke about him, but I feel like as well, on the deck, he slices a lot of his goal kicks, and even like when he's getting pressed, he'll slice it a lot of the time. It'll go out of play, which is wild to me as a professional goalkeeper, but here's what it is. Like he says, they need to upgrade on that. Obviously, they have Ramsdale. Like as he said there, it's like how he's not kind of getting in teams beyond me. But yeah, Azzy, 13th.
Perry from Leeds. Same thing as Lamens, really. I haven't really seen much of him. The only accreditation I've given him is he's been my number one on Football Manager before and was really good. So
That's valid. That is valid.
I haven't really seen. I think I just watched one Leeds game, and he done all right, shot stopping wise, but I can't remember they were playing it. He didn't have a lot to do that game, but just for mainly his sort of reputation, that's why he's probably above the others.
I'm about to say, yeah, he came in. He had a bit of reputation. I thought it was a good sign by Leeds personally.
So did I, yeah.
But yeah, we'll go for 12 now. As
Scott Danny's I won, did
he done Pope
Oh, okay.
13.
Yeah, so number 12, I've gone, even though he's really good last year, I just don't really like him as a goalkeeper. That's Matt Sales. It reminds me a bit, he's like an upgraded Nick Pope, but he doesn't fill me with confidence just even watching him when I'm like Villa playing and Forest are playing. Playing out from the back, I don't think he's that good. Shot stopping, I think he's okay. He had a lot of clean sheets last season, so I might be doing him a disjustice there, but that's personal opinion.
Didn't he win the Golden Glove last year, nearly?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got in the team of the season, I think.
He's had one good season. Well done, Matt Sales. Well done.
Kelleher hasn't even had a full season.
Scotty 12.
I've got Vicario. Similar to what Aaron said earlier, I think he's a bit rash. He's a bit all over the place. Has a good game, like maybe, I don't know, 3, 1 and 4, where you think, yeah, really good, and then we'll do something stupid where he's just a bit for the cameras. I think Monaco was unbelievable this season, but yeah, I think he'll get better with age. But yeah, the other ones are better.
Yeah, again, we touched on it earlier, bit of a car, but yeah, I mean, I really don't rate him. Obviously, as he rates him a bit less than you in 15th, I just feel like just a major upgrade needed there.
Yeah.
Scotty 11.
I've got Verbruggen from Brighton.
Okay.
I think another one. He'll get better with age. Good with his feet, but playing for Brighton, I feel like you can have a bad 3 games for Brighton, and nothing really gets made of it. So there's not really too much pressure. And even maybe not last year, the year before, Zerbi was in charge. He was like fluctuating between him and Jason Steele. Was it Jason Steele?
Yeah.
Both playing. I kind of feel like he's a bit more nailed as number 1 now, but he's still not. He's still not in the upper realms of other goalkeepers in the league.
Yeah, I feel like Verbruggen. I feel like he's just a modern day goalkeeper. I feel like he's quite weak and sometimes just doesn't feel me when I watch Brighton with much assurance that he's going to come out and claim it. He's not going to come out and claim it on the edge of his box. You know what I mean? It's with his feet, he's class. Like I said, just a modern day goalkeeper. As 11.
So I've got Sanchez from Chelsea. Same reason as Scott, really, but I'll give him more credit with his shot stopping. And what I have seen of him, he's not that bad with his feet. There's a lot better goalkeepers with his feet. But I thought he was quite good for Brighton when he was there as well. So Sanchez.
Yeah. I feel like with him with his feet, I feel like again for the Prem standard, he's not a million miles away. It's more so the standard of Chelsea. Obviously, I think what Scotty was saying about Verbruggen being at Brighton, you can afford to kind of have a game where you're not quite at the races. Whereas at Chelsea, you got to be, you basically live and breathe the philosophy that they're trying to play there. So he has to basically one of the best keepers in the league at playing out, which obviously he isn't. Azzy, next one.
What's this, number 10?
10 now, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, so Sunderland's goalkeeper, Rose.
I was bang on that, wasn't I, at 10?
For what I've seen in him this season, he looks okay. But obviously, he's had a handful of games in the Premier League. So for what he's done this season, he's higher up my list than maybe what people think. But from what I've seen in him, he looks like a solid goalkeeper. So
Yeah,
I mean, he played. He's a lot of times this season he's kind of bailed them out. Where they'd be in the league without him, it'd be quite telling, I believe, because I think he's probably been one of, if not their best players. Scotty.
I've got him 10th as well.
Oh, okay. That's our fourth match.
I think, again, he's pretty young, isn't he? So I think he'll get better with that. There's also something quite nice that's aesthetically pleasing about a left-footed goalkeeper. Strikes the ball nice. The one mistake that I've seen him make is against Villa, so that gives him an extra couple of places.
9, Scotty.
I've got Dubravka. Personally,
Hey.
if Newcastle had missed a trick, I think he's one of the most solid goalkeepers in the league, Dubravka. Doesn't make a lot of mistakes, been around the bush for a long time. Whenever Pope was injured last year, he would play. He was Newcastle's number one for a long time. And when Burnley signed him, I thought, do you know what? That's a decent signing that for a team like Burnley. Experienced, good goalkeeper. You kind of know what you're getting from a player like that.
Yeah, I feel like he says, it kind of goes under the radar of the name because I think, as he said earlier, it's back up at Newcastle for so long, and I feel like he had that. Did he have that loan spot at United where he barely he did? I don't even know if he played.
He hasn't really played. That's why he was so low down. He's been in the Premier League for so many seasons without.
If you are talking
playing
solely this season, I do feel like he has been right up there. Obviously, we're not taking into account solely on current form. We're taking everything into account here. But I can see why Azzy's put him 17th, and I can also see why Scotty you've put him at 9th because, again, to the eye, it's not. He's not one of the better goalies in the league. But then, for me personally, I look at him and I don't know if I'd put him 9th, but I'll definitely have him higher than what Azzy. But I'll probably go in between you guys at maybe 12th or 13th. I feel like he's for Burnley's level. I think he's one of their better players personally.
100%.
Azzy 9th.
So I've gone Verbruggen from Brighton. I actually think he's not a bad goalkeeper. Number one for the Dutch team as well. Obviously, it's his first. He was in and out of the team last year, like Scott said, because of Steele. But yeah, I would, if Emmy would say leave at the end of this season, he's a young goalkeeper. I wouldn't mind having a little bid in for him personally, but he's got a lot of potential for me.
How much do you reckon it'd take to get him out of Brighton? Because obviously they're notorious for just.
I don't know how much they signed him for. He was quite cheap, wasn't he?
Yeah.
40 million?
Yeah, because goalkeepers always seem to have like when you talk about goalkeepers' values, it's never as much as obviously what you'd pay for any other outfield player, really. So I feel like 40 million you could probably get him for that. Funnily enough, completely random. My old building site he lived on, I think he bought 4 of the houses. So yeah, completely irrelevant. Aaron 8th.
So I've gone Kelleher.
Okay.
Obviously, it doesn't seem as high as what you think it should be, but more for the reasons of Scott. He was a very good backup for Liverpool, and done what he needed to do when he played for Liverpool. And he's done all right at Brentford so far. So, a young goalkeeper as well. What was he? 24? Is he?
Yeah.
Quite young for a goalkeeper still. So yeah, a bit of potential there as well.
I think it seems like with him, he's been around for ages because, like he says, he has been back up for so long. But yeah, no, it's a similar thing with Dubravka. I'll probably have him in probably around 10th or 11th, but this is why we do these sort of videos because it just gives a different insight how you guys both think about whatever, how you think about Kelleher and how Scotty thinks about Dubravka. Scotty, 8th.
Brighton paid 10 million for Verbruggen.
No, no.
Where'd they get him from?
Anderlecht.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that.
Do you know that as knowledge, or have you just looked it up?
Pure knowledge.
Yeah.
Nah, you haven't, that son. That's not bullshit. 8th, Scotty.
I've got Sells. I think I'll take Aaron's point on what he said earlier, but last year he was very good. And I think it probably helped last year the way that the team played. But if you actually watch Forest last year, he made a hell of a lot of good saves. And sometimes goalkeepers need a period of adjustment in the league. And I feel like maybe last year was when he was completely settled. I think even this year, I know Forest haven't been as good, but I don't think it reflects on Sells' performances individually. So I think he deserves to be in the top half. So I'll have him 8th.
I think that means we've got the same top 7, I believe, is it?
Yeah, everyone's gone for the same. What we on the same 12 so far. Scotty 7.
I've got Pickford.
Okay.
I only say this. I don't mind Pickford, and I think he was very rash in his younger days, and he kind of got that out. But sometimes I see goals that Everton concede, and I think he ain't even dived. Or do you know what I mean? It's like he's just kind of committed, and I think Emmy would say that. Distribution's good. He doesn't ever really play short. He likes to kick it long. And, I just think, in terms of an England point of view, I think there's better goalkeepers actually out there. I think he's a good goalkeeper. I don't think he's a great goalkeeper.
Yeah, I feel like Pickford in this country, especially. I feel not in outside of England. I don't feel necessarily, but in this country for sure, he constantly rides a high of how he plays for England because he's never let England down. He plays all the time. I know he didn't play today against the Albanian, but he plays all the time. So I feel like because he plays so well for England, I feel like that carries over and people expect him to be out that week in, week out for Everton. When, don't get me wrong, I feel like he is a good goalkeeper and he's been with Everton for so long now. Because I think he went from Everton when Sunderland got relegated years and years ago. Yeah.
He signed for, United could have signed him in the summer maybe, but there's a reason why Chelsea or a City or someone like that wouldn't go in for him, because I don't think he's quite at the next step of the club.
Yeah. No, fair enough. Has he?
Same as Scott, mate. Same reason as well. Pickford, reliable. I think he's more reliable for England than what he is for Everton. Whether that's because obviously England are better players than Everton, but same reason as Scott really. But yeah, Pickford.
6.
So I've got Leno from Fulham, who I actually think's a really underrated goalkeeper. I actually really like Leno. Shot stopping, playing out from the back. He's got the experience, yeah. So I think Fulham have actually got a really good goalkeeper.
I'm going to echo everything Aaron's just said because I've got him 6th as well. I think he's such an underrated goalkeeper. And Fulham just kind of go about their business, don't they? I know they're struggling at the moment this season, but yeah, I think he's a very solid goalkeeper. Good with his feet, makes some good saves, rarely makes mistakes. Can't really want more than that.
Yeah, I feel like he was born in probably the worst generation of German goalkeepers, with obviously Neuer and Ter Stegen as well. But if it weren't for them, you'd imagine he would have had a lot more caps than what he has done. And I feel like, especially for Fulham, I feel like they can get caught in transition quite a lot. And obviously, when they do, it can leave them exposed at times. And I feel like, again, even just their transfer business as well. I know they signed. I think there was Kevin from Shakhtar, but they haven't spent like their net spend.
Kevin.
Their net spend for the last few seasons ain't been the highest, and for him to still be there, and is he their captain as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
Tom Kearney's their captain, but Leno's
he's
normally on the bench. Yeah. So.
We don't talk about Tom Kane on his channel. PTSD. Scotty.
See, this is controversial, but I'm actually going to go with Alisson at 5th because Alisson. Jeez, that beats, man. I think he's obviously a good goalkeeper, Alisson, but I can't quite get on board with how much like Sky Sports loving he's got. I just think like he does good stuff, but he also does stupid stuff. Like quite rash, likes to come out of his goal sometimes, and I think the 4 that I've got above him are just better goalkeepers, and he's the 5th best. and he wears bloody tights. Just think, grow up. You're a bloody 30-year-old man.
Has he?
So I've got David Raya. What are you laughing at that for? He's one of them goalkeepers. He's like Marmite. You like him, you hate him, and I don't like him. So he's lucky he's that far because I don't really like him. He has got a mistake in him, and he moans like crazy. So he's not getting in my top 4.
5.
Top 5.
He is fresh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, both surprised.
He's not as good as what people make him out to be. That's just my opinion.
I didn't think either of these guys would be at 5th. But the Alisson one, the glazing from Sky Sports, I've been thinking that they've been doing it for a couple of years now. Because I've always thought that overall, I've always preferred Ederson over Alisson. And for whatever reason, because I know in Brazil they always picked Alisson over him. But I've never understood the glaze that Sky give Alisson. Raya, I would have had him higher. I feel like not necessarily this season, but in the past seasons, he has kind of bailed Arsenal out. I know in there, I think it was their League Cup semi-final at St James's Park last year, he screwed him over completely. But I haven't seen him have too many bad games. But like I said, is what it is. It's your own list. So, who went first? That last one, was it Scotty? You went first over Aaron. You for number 4.
So I've gone Alisson for number 4.
Okay.
Similar reason to Scott. I don't think he's a very good goalkeeper. Very good goalkeeper. He's not as good as what people make out to be. He's very injury prone. He misses a lot of games a season. And I think he's made out to be really, really good because of how well he is with his feet. But he's actually, like you said, Ederson's better for me than Alisson, even with his feet. But yeah, he's a very good goalkeeper, but I rate the other 3 higher than him if I was playing him for Villa.
Yeah, I think the injury one is is a key point because for a goalie to be injured as much, we talk about Martinez quite a lot on this channel that he's a bit flaky when it comes to it always seems like Man City away he misses, and like he had the Palace at half time he went off at Selhurst Park last season, just weird. He does the odd game here and there, but with the Alisson one, yeah, he's probably the most injury prone goalie that we've had so far on this list, and I feel like Mamdashvili's played quite a lot this season already. So that says enough. So fair point. Scotty, 4th.
We got the same. Oh no, go on, Scott.
I've got Dean Henderson 4th.
Who? Sorry.
Dean Henderson.
Okay.
I actually think he's England's best goalkeeper. Solid option. Palace are arrogant, and when you do get past their line of defence, he often makes some saves. And every time he played Palace, he just I think he's just a proper goalkeeper. Could maybe be a little bit taller, but yeah, 4 for me.
Yeah, I feel like with Henderson, it was always that thing of that when he was going because he kept getting loaned out, didn't he?
Yeah.
And when everyone was saying that he should be United's number 1, he just never got that break. But yeah, I'm glad that he's kind of getting his flowers now. I feel like Palace having the end of the season last year as they did, and obviously starting so well this year, and obviously being in Europe and the Community Shield win, etc. I thought that's kind of catapulted him, the likes of him, Mateta, Wharton is now, even Munoz as well, the right back. Everyone's kind of getting their flowers now, so I can see that. Fair enough. Scotty, number 3.
I've got Emmy.
Okay.
I think if we list the start of the season, I would have had him top. But he's definitely slowly going like that. Slowly.
Not like that.
No, I feel like he's peaked and he is slowly on the decline. But and Martinez, absolute class, brilliant Argentina. Yeah, one of the best that, well, probably the best that I've ever seen at Villa. So, in terms of having world class players, Villa probably don't have actually two world players, but he'd definitely be. But I think the other two are probably just slightly better.
Okay, before I talk about Emmy a bit, is your number 3 Emmy as well? Or okay, so real quick on Emmy, I feel like again he's our best goalkeeper we've had. I think in my lifetime, and even people from a lot older than us say the same. I feel like similar thing what we were saying to Pickford with the whole like playing for his national team kind of tax about it. Similar thing with Emmy. I feel like when he puts an Argentina shirt on, it's completely different to when he puts a Villa shirt on. I feel like he's literally. I saw a video, it was a couple months ago now, but it was basically saying that it's Maradona, Messi, and then the third guy is always Martinez. Like they literally adore him. I feel like obviously he was just as big a part as Messi as to them winning the World Cup. So yeah, I can see that. I agree with the decline as well. He was. I still think he's our best player. Just I even think his standards have dropped, and yet they're still so high for a goalkeeper in this league, as you can see, because as he's got him either first or second, and you've got him third, and he's dropped off, in my opinion, quite a bit from where he was, say, 18 months ago. So it just shows the levels of what he was putting up. But yeah, I agree. I'd have him as high as what you guys have put him as well.
Still got it. You saw it at the weekend against Bournemouth. The penalty save, great save from a standing start, and the save that he made, got deflection, was great save. He's got that in his locker still. I think sometimes maybe concentration issues over the last 18 months, maybe the odd silly mistake. The two above don't really make those mistakes at the moment.
Yeah, last thing I'll say about Emmy as well is that the save in the World Cup. I know a lot of people say about the Gordon Banks save. I think was it Pele. That they think that was the best save of all time. But I've said since the World Cup that I think it's the Emmy one against Kolo Muani, just because of how the game turned out, how Argentina was always winning, and France come back, and then they have this chance, basically last kick of the game, to kind of win the World Cup for France, and they don't do it, and he pulls off this save, and the whole entire fate just completely changes, and it's the most incredible save I've seen live, like on TV, not for the save itself, but for what it meant. I feel like that was the greatest save that I've seen him of all time. But yeah, that's just another little bit. As he third.
So I've got Dean Henderson.
Okay.
Echoing on obviously what Scott said on his one under Henderson. He's an underrated goalkeeper. Saving shots, the way he moves, the way he plays with the ball. You rarely see him make a mistake either. He's a very consistent goalkeeper. And he's always played well against us as well, which is probably pushing up the list a bit more. But
always wears
it. He'd be another one if Emmy was to leave the end of the season. Will I put a bid in for him? Probably.
Yeah, again, we can't. I kind of said anything when Scotty put in for his last pick. But yeah, again, it's the whole he's finally getting the plaudits he deserves. With how they've been playing, and like he says, if Emmy was to go and you put a bid in for him, I'll be all for it. I don't know what his contract's like, but again, you're looking at, we say about 40 million for Verbruggen. What do you look at for Henderson?
50, 60? He's not. Goalkeepers don't go for a lot, do they?
They don't. And that's the thing, with Ederson has been number one for City for so long, and yet he just goes like that. And it's like I said, for whatever reason, goalkeepers don't get the transfer value relative to their ability, because I thought Emi Martinez has probably been our best player since Jack's left. And yet, I know he's older, but if Emi was 29 and he was putting up the levels he was 18 months ago, he still wouldn't be. He's worth his weight in gold for Villa, but he wouldn't be, a 70, 80 million pound player, he would still be a 45, 50 million pound player. I don't know what it is about goalkeepers, but this is just it's always been this way. As he number 2?
Donnarumma.
No.
If Donnarumma was better with his feet, he'd be number 1. I just think Emmy and Donnarumma's shot stopping is probably the same. Emmy's a tiny bit better with his feet. So I'll explain my Emmy decision obviously when we get to number 1. But for me, Donnarumma, number 2.
Okay. Scotty.
Got Donnarumma at 2 as well.
Okay. All right.
Past Donnarumma, and if he has another 2 or 3 years at City where he's unbelievable, then he'd be number 1. But again, sample size in the Prem smaller than my number 1. But great goalkeeper.
So that means your number 1 is David Raya, unless I've messed up.
No, and I think I'll just touch on it quick before we finish. I just think Raya now is between him, Gabriel, and Saliba, a kind of class all 3 together, is pretty much a guaranteed clean sheet for Arsenal. They don't concede hardly any goals. His distribution's good. He does pull off some worldy saves, and
he's smaller than Dean Henderson, though.
Well, what?
You said Dean Henderson was quite where he was because of his height, but he's smaller than Henderson.
I said he could be taller. I didn't say he's 4th because of his height. Yeah, I think Raya since he's gone to Arsenal has gone, and yeah, I'll give him his flowers.
I think as well with Arsenal, it's not even just that middle pack of 3. You got Calafiori, who's kept Lewis Skelly out, who people was a shoo-in to start in the World Cup at left back this summer. Last year, people were saying this. And right back, you got Timber, who's one of the best 1v1 defenders in the whole league. So it's a complete lock-up. I don't know what he'd be like if you had a defence of, say, I don't know, like a Leno, like what Fulham have, how he would be. I'm not sure, but I can't argue with him being number 1. A lot of people would have him number 1. And then obviously, as you've gone, Martinez.
Yeah, just obviously since he's been with us over a consistent period of time, he's been the best goalkeeper, I think, in the Premier League. And what he actually offers us as a club rather than any other goalkeeper. Like the way he is at Villa, no other goalkeepers like that at their other club, I don't think. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And like you saw at the weekend, yes, he has slightly gone down, but he's an unbelievable keeper. I don't think we can't say he's not. And we're very lucky to have him still, I think. But yeah, he's even with the way that we play the game of football under Emery, he is the perfect goalkeeper for like slowing the game down, making the other teams come on to us, and the way we play. That all comes from him. He dictates that pace and when we're going to play. I don't think you get that from any other goalkeeper at a football club. If that makes sense. So that's why he's above Donnarumma.
Hadley, who would you have had as your number 1?
Donnarumma would have had. I can see. I think Scotty, you mentioned that he hasn't had a lot of time in the Prem, which I get. It's the same thing. Like as you've got Emmy, you've got Raya. I would have had Donnarumma. You can make arguments for all of them. You can make arguments for Alisson and Henderson, etc. But even Leno. But I feel like Donnarumma, he won that Champions League last season for PSG because it wasn't just our game. The Liverpool game at Anfield, he bailed them out. The one at Villa Park, I know they lost on the night, but on aggregate, obviously they went through and he saved them. I remember that. Was it the Rashford one before we got the Ezri goal? And even the Tielemans header straight after. I think McGinn had another chance as well. The Asensio 1-on-1. It's just, again, I might be putting him maybe at the number 1 spot because I've seen it live in my eyes and he saved them completely because, again, I don't think Pacho and Marquinhos are nothing special. So he's exposed with how they play as well and how PSG played last season. But yeah, I feel like even this season for Man City, he's put on some stellar performances. Even when we beat them the other week, I feel like he played well. But yeah, I would have him number one. I wouldn't have Emi. Probably have Emi third. I'd have Raya second and Emi third.
He's choking to death over there, I tell you.
What's that?
I was trying to keep me coughing.
Oh, what? You trying to cough? Why don't you just cough?
Did you deep into a conversation? I was trying to hold it in.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, no, I think your points for Donnarumma are valid. The thing is, Donnarumma's been around for years as well. I think people, and he's only like 25. He's been around.
Yeah, he's 26 now. I'm pretty sure he made his debut as soon as he turned 16 for AC Milan. He was their number one straight away when he was 16 years old. He was playing week in, week out.
Anyone taken over from Buffon in the national team was, big shoes to fill. So, yeah,
Big field to shoes.
Big shoes to shoes, but yeah, top keeper.
Okay, so that wraps it up. I have got here how many matches that we do have. Do any of you guys want to take a little guess as to how many you guys got? So
6.
The ones you both got in the same.
5.
6.
It is 6. As you seem quite sure on that, did you keep in your head, or have you got a little notepad in front of you?
No, two turns ago you said, "Oh, that's your 5th match," and then we matched one more after that, so I knew it was 6.
Fair enough. Few close ones that I got. The ones I got furthest away were Sells and Kelleher. I think Scotty, you had him in. It's Kelleher, yeah. So Azzy, you got him in 8, and Scotty, you had him in 15th. It was Dubravka. Scotty, you had him in 9th, and Azzy, you had him in 17th. And then it was Sanchez, Azzy, you had him in 11th, and Scotty, you had him in 18th. Biggest gap you had was 8. That was the Dubravka one, and the other 2 were 7.
Yeah, I might have been a bit harsh on Sanchez, but yeah.
So that makes a wrap for our top 20 Premier League goalkeepers. As you wanted to do a little thing, didn't you? A little quiz.
It's up to you guys whether you want to spend nearly 50 minutes, so I'll leave it up to you two.
I'll do whatever.
5-10 minutes, up to you.
Yeah, make it 5 minutes and we'll wrap it up.
Well, we'll do it next video.
No, go on.
Okay. So I need you to write down these 12 names, Quilly.
Oh, bollocks.
So Matt Loughton.
The GOAT.
Barry Bannon. Glenn Whelan.
Oh, what a feeling.
Marvelous Nakamba. There's 12 names in total. Moussa Diaby. Axel Tuanzebe.
With his head and with his feet.
Felipe Coutinho. Richard Dunn. Mile Jedinak. Scott Hogan. Jordan Amavi. And Alex Moreno. So there's 12 names there. Out of the 12, 8 of them have played over 50 games for Aston Villa in all competitions. If you name one of the ones that hasn't played, you are out and the other player gets to continue. It's currently 5-4 to Jamie on the Scott and Jamie versus. But 8 of them players that I've told you to write down have played over 50 games for Villa, 4 haven't. So if you name one of the players that hasn't played over 50, you're out and the other person gets to carry on. So there are points available here if one person screws up a little bit. Scott, I've written a number down, 1 or 2. What are we going for? See who goes first.
1.
Jamie, you go first. Over 50 games for Villa.
So name the ones over 50 games, yeah?
4 of them haven't.
Okay, and just to clarify, if we name one of the ones that haven't, are we out for good or just out for a turn?
You're out for the rest of it, and Scott gets to try and win as many points as he can.
fucking brilliant. All right, Sam.
Dodgy.
Yep. I'll go for Barry Bannon.
Correct. So he played 82 games in all competitions.
Yeah, I would have said Bannon. I'll go Richard Dunn.
Yep. So he played the most on that list, 111.
For some reason, I thought he played more than that. I'll go for Amavi.
Jordan Amavi.
Yeah.
Scott gets to clean up because he played 48 games.
48. No.
Yeah. So it's currently 1-1. Scott, you can go into a massive league, and Scott versus Jamie's versus. You're out, Joe.
Barry Bannon.
Jamie said Barry Bannon.
Does that mean he's out then?
I'll go Twanzebe.
Scott, you're out, mate. 46 games.
We're so shit.
Yeah, one of you could have taken a massive lead, and you both blew it on round 2.
Well, we did want to keep it to 5 minutes, so we did do our job.
Who was the other one? Moreno.
The other two were Coutinho and Alex Moreno were under 50.
See, I would have had Moreno above 50 because he played basically all the Conference League games. Played a lot when he first came in.
Matty Loughton 82, Whelan 73, Nakamba 68, Diaby 54, Jedinak 80, and Hogan 61. The people you didn't say.
I wouldn't have put Hogan above 50 either, but that's a good one. That's fair enough. Because
It should have gone on for longer, but you two are terrible.
One as well.
So that's 1-1 in total. So it makes it 6-5 to Jamie in the versus series.
Twanzebe had 2.5 seasons at Villa. In the Championship, there's played 46 games a season.
Didn't play every game. He came in January on both of them. He didn't complete a full season with us.
Oh, I don't know, mate.
He came in the summer. Of the season where we sold Jack.
Transfer market, mate. All my stuff comes off transfer market. So any problems?
Do you remember we played the team from Italy and behind closed doors friendly at Villa Park? It was Danny Ings' first game, and he got announced before kickoff in the friendly a couple of seasons ago. Twanzebe. Fucking hell. Well, we're shit, Scott.
Right, that'll do then, lads. Right, if you're still listening, subscribe. We're on 499, which, come on, we're being teased. Big giveaway. Yeah, let us know in the comments who you'd have as your top 3 goalkeepers, anyone that you really disagreed with where we put them. And we will be back for a Leeds preview.
Yep.
Towards the end of the week. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Same national break and up the Villa.
Up the Villa.
Up the Villa.